Hi everyone. So in today's lesson, we are going to look at the discussion on the questions that on the homework that I gave you last week. Okay, so I gave you I asked you to complete the questions from 19 until 26 last week. All right, so now let's look at question 19. In paragraph 1, what is the importance of a good relationship? Okay, the answer is A. Elderly men and women can have better health and therefore live longer. Okay, now look at how to find the answer. Okay, look at the question again. What is the importance of a good relationship? Kepentingan hubungan yang baik. Okay, look at paragraph 1. Okay, now let's read the paragraph together. When it comes to our physical and mental health, friendship may truly be the best medicine. Okay, an Australian study showed that strong social networks. Okay, so strong social networks means good relationships, hubungan yang baik. Okay, may lengthen maksudnya panjangkan. The lifespan maksudnya nyawa. Okay, panjangkan nyawa. So when we say lengthen the lifespan, panjangkan nyawa, maksudnya kesehatan. Okay, it connotates that okay, it connotates good health. Okay, kesehatan yang bagus of elderly men and women. Sebab kita kena ada kesihatan yang bagus, baru boleh panjangkan nyawa kan. Alright, so this sentence tells us the importance of good relationships. Okay, because of this, strong social networks may lengthen the lifespan of elderly men and women. Okay, of course we won't be seeing the exact same words. Okay, but you have to find words that convey the same meaning. Perkataan yang menyampaikan maksud yang sama. Alright, now look at this one. Better health. Okay, can have better health and therefore live longer. Okay, live longer. Okay, means lengthen the lifespan. And then how do we lengthen our lifespan? We must have better health, right? So this is the answer for 19A. Okay, now look at paragraph 20. In paragraph 2, dalam perenggan kedua, what did the author say about the insincere relationships? Insincere relationships, hubungan yang tak ikhlas. Okay, so the answer is C. Insincere relationships have weak foundation. Okay, foundation maksudnya asas. Okay, asas. Weak foundation, asas yang lemah, and will fizzle over time. Okay, fizzle maksudnya menjadi lemah and then menjadi lenyap over time, slowly. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, now how do we know that the answer is C? Okay, so how do we find the answer? First of all, you have to look at the hints given here. Paragraph 2. And then keywords are insincere relationships. Okay, now let's go to paragraph 2, insincere relationships. Okay, how can you avoid falling out with someone you care? First and foremost, you must be honest. Okay, relationship built on phony facades are only as good as the foundation. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, relationships, okay, phony facades maksudnya muka yang palsu. Phony means not real. Okay, facade is like appearance, permukaan. So hubungan yang dibina atas permukaan yang palsu. Maksudnya apa? Maksudnya hubungan yang tak ikhlas lah. Alright, insincere relationships are only as good as their foundation. Okay, as good as their foundation. Foundation maksudnya asas kan. So we know that the foundation of Okay, the foundation of relationships built on phony facades is weak, right? So, if we say as good as the foundation, maksudnya hubungan yang tak ikhlas itu dia lemah, dia akan hilang, okay? Over time, alright? So, the answer is C. Insincere relationships have weak foundation. Okay, asas yang lemah and will fizzle over time. Okay, remember, yeah, you have to find the meanings. Okay, the words that convey the same meanings. All right, you cannot look for the exact same words. That is not gonna work. Okay, that is not gonna work. You must understand the words and the meanings of the text. Okay, 21. Okay, soalan 21. In paragraph 3, what is the meaning of to err is human? Okay, it's quite easy, isn't it? Like you have to guess the meaning here. Okay, and then how do we guess? By using the contextual clues. Okay, how do we use the contextual clues? Okay, let me explain to you, all right? But by the way, the answer is all people make mistakes. To err is human, maksudnya all people make mistakes. Semua orang akan buat kesalahan. All right, now how do we find the answer? In paragraph 3. And then to err is human. Okay, look at, let's identify the terms first. Okay, it's here. To err is human. And then how do we guess the meaning of this phrase? First of all, you have to read the two sentences before the phrase, and after that you have to read the two sentences after the phrase. Okay, so that is the easier way to guess. Okay, and so just as you know how to cheer them up, you know exactly how to tear them down. In moments of tension, we can let hurtful words slip out. Okay, let me explain this one, yeah. Let hurtful words, perkataan yang menyakitkan hati, slips out. Okay, slip out maksudnya like you say something accidentally. Okay, you tak sengaja cakap sesuatu yang tak baik. Okay, slip out. And then to err is human. After that, we are all sure to mess up at times. Mess up. Okay, mess up maksudnya buat kesalahan. Okay, buat kesalahan at times, kadang-kala. But when we do, we have to eat humble pie. Okay, eat humble pie maksudnya apa? Maksudnya mengaku kesalahan. Alright, and repair the situation. When you make a mistake, apologize for it. Okay, now so this part of the paragraph is about making mistakes and also apologize, right? Okay, now let's look at the options given here. Okay, A, when all people tend to say hurtful words to their friends. Nope, we must admit our mistakes. Okay, but this is not the answer, yeah? The answer is D. All people make mistakes, okay? Okay, you might be thinking that why can't we choose C? We must apologize when we make mistakes, but no. For the phrase to err is human, the meaning is only about all people make mistakes, okay? It does not include apologize, all right? As you can see here, apologize, the meaning of the idea of apologizing comes after the phrase, okay? Comes after the phrase and around this part here, all right? So it means that this phrase should not include the idea of apologizing, okay? It's only about making mistakes. Okay, now 22. In paragraph 3, what should we do when we fall out with our friends? Okay, fall out with our friends maksudnya gaduh dengan kawan kita. Okay, fall out with our friends. The answer is C. We must not be afraid to be the first to reach out. Okay, reach out maksudnya cari kawan kita. Okay, cari kawan kita, cakap dengan mereka. Okay, to reach out means to find someone, to talk to someone. All right. Okay, now how do we know that this is the answer? Again, yeah, you have to go to paragraph 3 and then look for the keywords. Fall out with our friends. And then what should we do? Again, paragraph 3. Okay, let me remove the color first. Okay, now first, so we have to identify the keywords. Fall out with our friends. Cheer them out in moments of tension. Be sure to mess up. Eat a humble pie. Okay, I think we have to read the whole paragraph again. So you must be willing to repair the broken relationships. Okay, broken relationships maksudnya hubungan yang telah rosak. Maksudnya gaduh lah. So quarrel, fall out with your friends. Okay, when you know someone well, you are familiar with their strengths as well as their weaknesses. And so just as you know how to cheer them up, you know exactly how to tear them down. In moments of tension, we can let hurtful words slip out. To err is human, we are sure to mess up at times. Okay, when we do, we have to eat the humble pie and repair the situation. You see, we are all sure to mess up at times. Mess up at times means make mistakes at times. Buat kesalahan kadang-kadang. But when we do, okay, do kat sini maksudnya buat kesalahan. Apabila kita buat kesalahan, we have to eat humble pie. Eat humble pie maksudnya mengaku kesalahan and repair the situation. Alright, so what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean by eat humble pie and repair the situation? Kat sini dia ada jelaskan. When you make a mistake, you apologize for it. Okay, buat kesalahan, kita kena apologize. Alright, so apologize for it. So we have got the answer now. Apologize. Now look at A. We must buy pies for our friends. That is definitely wrong. We must tear our friends down. Definitely wrong. We must appreciate our friends. Definitely wrong. And then look at C. We must not be afraid to be the first ones to reach out. And then you might be thinking, there is no apologizing in this option, right? Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Okay, continue reading. Okay, so this is what you should do when you fall out with your friends. The first point is, the first thing you should do is apologize for it. And then the author also give us another idea, okay? Another thing to do when we fall out with our friends. Don't be afraid to be the one who reaches out. Jangan takut menjadi orang pertama to reach out. To reach out means to talk to your friend. Okay, to be the one to apologize first. All right, so we have got 2 points here. And then option C is about the second point. All right, so the answer is C. And then 23. In paragraph 4, what is the main idea? Main idea maksudnya idea utama. So the answer is A. We must not neglect our friends. Neglect our friends maksudnya abaikan kawan kita and always think about their interest. Okay, selalu fikir tentang minat mereka. Think about their interest. Okay, now how do we know? How do we know this is the main idea? Okay, we have to go to paragraph 4. Okay, you see, we must cherish our friends. Okay, the familiarity and comfort we feel with our friend can sometimes leave us forgetting to show gratitude. Okay, and then we might slip into a routine that we take our friends for granted. Okay, you see, take our friends for granted maksudnya tak fikir tentang perasaan kawan kita. Okay, if you take your friends for granted, you don't think about their feelings. All right, you take someone for granted, you don't think about their feelings. Therefore, we have to find time. Okay, you have to, for this one, you have to how do you say? You have to identify the keywords. All right, and then only you can. After that, you combine the keywords together to generate the main idea. All right. Okay. Now look at how I do it. Yeah, we must cherish our friends. Okay, you should underline this phrase. Okay, and then continue. Yeah. We feel can sometimes forgetting to show gratitude. Okay, so to show gratitude. Okay, and then take our friends for granted. Okay, of course, this sentence asks us not to take our friends for granted, right? So therefore, we have to find time to make real contact with our friends for the relationship to flourish. And then besides, we must engage in acts of kindness that are focused on our friends, okay? Consider their interest when planning a way to say thank you. Okay, now after that, this whole chunk here, okay, bahagian sini adalah contoh. So kalau kita nak tengok, nak cari idea utama, we don't have to, kita tak perlu baca contoh. Kita kena baca idea dia saja. Alright, so let's look at the key words here. Cherish our friends, to show gratitude, okay, menunjukkan perasaan yang to show gratitude means to show that you are always thankful, okay, for your friends, and then not to take our friends for granted, okay, maksudnya kita kena selalu ambil perhatian tentang perasaan kawan kita, and then make real contact with our friends, engage in acts of kindness that are focused on our friends. And the last one, we have to consider their interest. Okay, so you combine all these keywords together, then we will get the main idea. Okay, we will get the main idea. You see, must not neglect our friends. Jangan abaikan kawan kita. Alright, so maksudnya apa? Maksudnya do not take our friends for granted. If you neglect your friends, you take your friends for granted. Okay? And then you see, the sentence also says that sometimes we always forget to show gratitude. Okay? Lupa, like you forget to thank your friends. So if you forget to thank your friends, you neglect your friends. So the author, okay, the main idea, asks us not to forget to show gratitude. In other words, dalam perkataan yang lain lah, okay? In other words, we must not neglect our friends. You see, when we are talking about the main idea, of course we cannot see the exact words, but you have to understand you have to read the sentences, okay, from different angles. All right. Okay, and then consider and think about their interest. You see, of course, think about the interest is quite easy, right? Consider their interest. Okay, so the answer is A. All right. So again, yeah, remember when you are answering this part, you cannot look for the exact same words. You have to understand the text fully. All right, and you must be able to read the sentence, understand the sentence from different angles. Okay, kena faham ayat ini dari pelbagai sudut. Okay, dari pelbagai sudut. Okay, and 24. Soalan 24. In paragraph 5, what happens when we impose our expectations on our friends? Okay, so when impose our expectations on our friends, it means that you you expect your friends to do something you do to them. Okay, for example, if you do good to your friends, you expect that your friends to do good to you. Okay, or another example, if you buy your friend a cup of coffee, you expect that your friends also buy you a cup of coffee. Okay, or if you buy your friend a book, if you buy your friends a book as a birthday gift, you also expect your friends to buy you a gift on your birthday. So this is what we mean by impose our expectations on our friends. Okay, so now in question 24, it asks, what happens? Apa akan terjadi when we impose our expectations on our friends? Okay, so we can find the answer in paragraph number 5, perenggan kelima. Okay, of course, the answer is we will assume that our friends show their appreciation for friendship the same way we do. Okay, now how do we find the answer? Okay, go to paragraph number 5. Okay, it's here, right? Now, let's read the text together. We must alter our expectations and avoid making assumptions. In any relationship, we can start to impose certain expectations on our friends. We may show our friendship through affection, favors, or gift, but we shouldn't expect the same from our friends. Okay, you see, this sentence tells us the answer. Okay, of course, from the surface. Okay, on the surface meaning of this sentence. Okay, maksud permukaan ayat ini adalah kita boleh like we may show our friendship. Okay, kita boleh menunjukkan friendship kita through melalui affection. Affection maksudnya kasih sayang, favors like tolong kita kawan kita, atau or gift. Atau gift, I suppose you know the meaning, right? But we shouldn't expect the same from our friends. Okay, kita tak boleh harap kawan kita buat yang sama. Okay, so you have to understand this sentence from the opposite angle. Okay, it means that if you expect the same, if you impose expectations on your friends, you will also expect the same from our friends. All right. Okay, let's continue. Don't assume that your friends will show their appreciation for friendship in the same way. Every individual possesses a sovereign mind and their perception of the world. They may, in turn, have a very different way of expressing their feelings. Okay, you see, from until here, we know that the author tells us not to impose our expectations on our friends, because if we impose expectations on them, we will expect them to show friendship, okay, through the way we show our friendship. So that is not fair for them, because everyone have, okay, according to the author, okay, the author says that everyone have a different way of expressing their feelings. Semua orang ada berbagai cara yang berlainan untuk express their feelings, nak tunjukkan perasaan mereka. Alright, so the answer for 24 is B. Okay, the answer is B. Okay, now 25. In paragraph 6, which of the following statements is not the author's advice for readers? Okay, so paragraph 6 is a bit difficult. Why? Because you have to read the whole paragraph, and then only you can see the advice. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at paragraph 6. Paragraph 6. Hold on. Yeah, I have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so last paragraph. Okay, so again, remember, yeah, when we are reading this paragraph, you have to focus on the advice the author tries to convey. Okay, in her book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, the Australian nurse Bronnie Ware stated that not maintaining friendships is one of people's biggest deathbed regrets. Okay, so keeping close friends is an essential part of life that gives us fulfillment. So that is the first advice. Okay, keeping close friends, maksudnya mengekalkan kawan baik. Alright, it's an essential part of life. Adalah sebahagian penting daripada kehidupan kita. Thus, keeping a realistic yet empathetic outlook on the world will inherently expand your social circle, attracting others along the way. So the second advice is keeping a realistic yet empathetic outlook on the world. Okay, kita kena ada pandangan terhadap dunia, terhadap orang di sekeliling kita. Okay, pandangan yang realistik, yang betul. Okay, and also empathetic. Empathetic means you must be able to think, you must be able to put yourself in others' shoes. Alright, like to figure, like you think about something from others' perspective. Okay, now the third advice, all of the characteristics discussed above are contagious. By being the kind of person you respect, you encourages others to do the same. Okay, so as far as I can find, as far as I can see now, we have got two pieces of advice here. Okay, let's look at the question 25. Okay, look at number 1. We will feel happy and satisfied if we have good friends. Okay, that is not about that is not the advice, right? The advice is we have to keep our good friends. Okay, it's not really about we will feel happy and satisfied if we have good friends. Oh no, we have to find not the advice. All right, so this is the correct one. Okay, and then we will have more good friends if we adopt a realistic yet empathetic outlook on the world. Okay, have more good friends. Which part of the paragraph talk about having more good friends? Okay, look at this one. Keeping a realistic yet empathetic outlook on the world. Expand your social circle. So expand your social circle maksudnya boleh membesarkan social circle. Social circle maksudnya kalangan kawan lah, okay? And then attracting others along the way. So this part, okay? This part talk about having more friends, all right? So B is correct. And then D, if we do not have friends, we will regret at the last moment of our life. Okay, also this is also correct. Okay, you see, this part, not maintaining friendship is one of people's biggest deathbed regret. Okay, so this part is also about the author's advice. Okay, the author advises us that if we don't have good friends, we will regret before we die. That is the meaning. And what about C? We will be attractive to other people. Attractive maksudnya menarik, okay? If we adopt a realistic yet empathetic outlook on the world, okay? Of course, this is we will be attractive maksudnya kita akan menjadi menarik. Alright, it means that like, maybe we'll become more handsome or become more beautiful, okay? Like we will be able to attract other people's attention. Alright, boleh menarik perhatian orang lain. Of course, paragraph number 6 does not talk about catching attention, right? It means attract people into your social circle, all right? Not being attractive, not being attention catching, okay, to other people. So 25C is wrong. So that is not the author's advice, all right? Not the author's advice. And 26, what is the author's purpose of writing this article? Okay, so as we can see here, let's go through the text again. Okay, look at the text and then the last part. How do we maintain the relationships we hold dear? And then look at the first sentence of every paragraph, okay? Or the first and the second sentence, yeah, the beginning part of it. You must be honest, and then repair the broken relationship. Okay, cherish our friends, alter our expectations, and avoid making assumptions. Okay, so all these things are about how to maintain how to maintain good relationships with others. Okay, so the answer is A. All right. So 26 tests you. Okay, it actually tests your overall understanding of the text. All right. So this is pretty much about the whole discussion of the questions for this part. All right, and then I will send you another exercise later. All right. Okay. I hope you understand this discussion. I'm sorry we cannot have Google Meet lesson because my internet connection is not very strong. So it takes a long time for me to actually upload this one to Google to YouTube as well. All right. So after that, I hope you can write me an essay on this part. Okay, on this question. This is your homework. You must answer this question. Write your answer in 125 to 150 words in appropriate style. Your class has been discussing the importance of friendship, kepentingan friendship. You have to write an essay about how you perceive friendship. How you perceive friendship maksudnya macam mana kamu tengok, okay, friendship dalam kehidupan kamu. In your essay, you should write about what a real friend means to you, why we need friends, and how we should treat our friends. Okay, so write your answers using all the notes and give reasons for your point of view. So, essay kamu kena ada 3 perengan, okay? You boleh guna point kat sini untuk jawab soalan ni. Alright, so I'll see you in the next lesson.